John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and it's always a good day when I get a Kickstarter box in the mail, particularly if I wasn't expecting it, and this one kind of snuck up on me. It's my Ogre's Miniature Set 2 Many Minis pledge. Now, this is pretty awesome. I backed this last year, I'm sure sometime, and it finally arrived. I backed the many minis level, which gave me about almost 300 Ogre miniatures, which is cool. As you can see, the packaging was really cool. I was very impressed by how these guys did their packaging. Normally with like Kickstarter bonuses and things like that, they dump it in a Ziploc bag or something like that and we get it on the side, but they had a professionally printed box. And here you can see like all of the Kickstarter frames that came with it as bonuses and you know, pledge levels. And then inside you also have this battle box, which I imagine is going to be their retail product. So the Ogre battle box has actually a set of Ogre Miniature Set 1 and Miniature Set 2, giving you all the models you really need to play Ogre. So in there you see like you've got the big box and then you've got the little box with the battle box in there, and that one even has more miniatures in it, which is cool, as well as a rule book. So you know, looking at the back, you can see this kind of highlights all the things you get. You get one set of the Miniature Set 1, which gives you an Ogre Mark 5 and an Ogre Mark 3, which are the most common. The artwork is awesome for this box. I love it. Always like the designs of the tanks and whatnot in Ogre, and this really shows them off. You also get a revised 6th edition rulebook in that battle box, which is nice. Then you get some of these cards. It's always nice to have cards. You can use dry erase markers on them or put them in a sleeve or whatnot, but it's always good to have these handy running your Ogre. And then here in the battle box you can see the frames that you got. You have the Ogre Mark 5 and the Mark 4 there on the top, but they're all in gray. I'm giving that set to Jake so he can have a complete set. There was also some other things. There's an advertisement for the Ogre video game, which is pretty cool. I have it available on Steam. The pack also comes with some tokens. So if you have the board game, you have extra stuff. I have the giant box, so I'm not sure I need any of that extra stuff, but it's always nice to have it. Now I think that this box was supposed to come with a map, and I didn't have one in my box, and maybe the Kickstarter ones don't get a map, but not a big deal. I have tons and tons of Ogre maps, and Ogre miniatures on the horizon as well. So there you go, that's the contents. This is the contents of one of the bags. This is the glow-in-the-dark frame. I opened this one up because my kids were kind of excited to play with it. The models are really nice. They are very well detailed. They are very comparable to the metal miniatures. And a little bit later I'll try to shoot a quick video to show you a comparison. Here we have the super heavy tanks. You get 6 of these in each pack. Each one of these is, in essence, worth 2 armored units, 2 normal armored units. The Pan-European Fencer, and you have 2 options for the turrets to upgrade the Fencer and the Fencer B, I think it is. Mobile howitzers, you can never have too many howitzers, long range, very weak tank, but can lay out the hurt. You get 4 of these, and then you have 12 light tanks. So these I think are the most complicated build, and even then it's like 5 pieces per tank. nothing too big. And this is my very blurry shot of the GEV PCs, personnel carriers. Carry your infantry around in style instead of making them walk everywhere. Now there we go, a little bit better, a little bit better photo. And again, these models are real simple. You got 2 pieces there, and then you can snap the infantry into the little clips inside if you want to. Then you also have 12 light GEVs, which are cute little guys. They're real tiny. Again, only 3 pieces to assemble these, so not too bad there. And then here we have just a couple of snaps of the glow-in-the-dark. We had to bust these out and play with them a little bit so the kids could see them. Very cool. Maybe I won't paint these, or maybe I'll paint it but leave some of it visible so some of it glows. I'm not sure. These do have nuclear weapons, so these could be radioactive ogres on your battlefield. But there you go. That's a quick look at it. Let's go to some video now that we shot. So here's just a view of that box. Again, really nice box work. And then I just stuck some frames in here so you could take a look at that. Again, each one of these is a full set of miniatures. So you've got like a Mark IV, a fencer, and then all of the little vehicles as well for Miniature Set 2. Combining this with Miniature Set 1 gets you pretty much everything you need in the basic game, which is really cool. And honestly, more light tanks and light GEVs than I would ever use in a single game of Ogre. Maybe if we had a massive game of Ogre, I could imagine using some of these. But then it's cool. It gives you lots of options for painting. Share them with your friends and family. That's what I intend to do. And then here you see that Ogre GEV PC, the personnel carrier, which is basically a big fat GEV with slots to put your infantry in, which again is pretty cool. I glued my infantry into the stands that the game had meant for you to be able to pop the infantry in and out. That was a fiddly mechanic for me. I just glued them in, so I'll probably glue them into this as well. Then let's go over here and take a look at some frames. I opened up the red one so you can kind of see. I thought it showed better on camera. You can see all the pieces here for the light GEV. Even then, it's not that many, and you can see the nice detail on here. The really cool thing is they did not deviate from the metal miniatures, and we'll bust those open in a sec. So we see some of the design here. Like, again, here's the mobile howitzer, which is really cool. You can see some of that nice detail. Panel lines, which will take washes really well. And only 3 pieces. You got sensor dish, the gun, and the hull itself. Then looking at the super heavy, same thing. Only 3 pieces. Pretty awesome, and nice detail. Again, I really like these, and it looks like you snap the turret onto the deck plate, as you can see there. But very cool. I like that. All right, so this is a box of old metal miniatures. Yes, it came in a VHS cassette case from Steve Jackson Games, and you can see that the dimensions are, if not identical, practically identical. They are really nice. Sorry, let's get back there. So you can see here the detail is the same. I don't know if the metal model has more detail or crisper detail than the plastic. It wouldn't surprise me, but at this scale, whichever one is better, it's negligible. And once they're painted, unless you picked them up and felt the weight, I don't think you'd be able to tell plastic versus. So there you go, guys. That's a quick look at the Ogre's Miniature Set 2 Kickstarter. As always, thanks for watching. Keep on wargaming.